Hello everybody, Avion Solar here, and today I'm going to be covering how you use the police/computer on Roleplay UK's 5M server. So to open up the police/computer, you need to be clocked in as a police officer. You could then press the caps lock button and select it from the 7 o'clock position. You'll then be presented with this screen. For ease of use, I'm going to be breaking this screen down into 3 sections. At the top, you have the navigation bar. Below the navigation bar and to the left, you have the left panel. And to the right, you have the right panel. The screen you can see at the moment is the home screen. You can tell you're on the home screen as home in the navigation bar is underlined. On the home screen, at the top of the left panel, you have recent reports. And at the top of the right panel, you have recent warrants. These are the recent reports and warrants created by other officers. Below recent reports in the left panel, you have person searches. Below warrants in the right panel, you have vehicle searches. These are your most recent vehicle and person searches. As you can see in person searches, I have recently searched for Darryl Farrell, as well as Avion Solar. Speaking of person searches, I'm now going to cover how you search for a person on the police/computer. To do this, you first select Search Person from the navigation bar, and you're presented with a screen similar to this, however yours won't have Avion Solar's PNC record open. To search for an individual, you select the search box and you can either type in their name or citizen ID. In this instance, we're going to be searching for Darryl Farrell, so I'm going to search for his surname, Farrell. And you can see the right panel is populated with a list of possible results. Darryl Farrell can be located here, and by pressing on his name, you'll open up his PNC record. This is what a person's PNC record looks like. On the right hand side, you have a mugshot of the individual, with all the information about the individual being on in the left panel. At the top of the left panel, you also have another navigation bar which you can use to move around someone's PNC record. Clicking on the Edit Profile button, you can see you can edit someone's notes, change the URL to their mugshot, add points or ban their licenses, and see a list of their convictions. If you make any changes in the screen, please make sure you scroll to the bottom of it and hit the Save Changes option. Next to Edit Profile, you have a Vehicles option, and this will bring up a list of vehicles registered to that individual. As you see, at the very top of Darryl Farrell, he owns a Chevy Camaro, which is metallic white on matte white in colour. If you want more individual information about this vehicle, you could click on it and it will open a Search Vehicle tab for you. If we close this, the next option is Sentences. Clicking on this brings up a list of recent sentences that Darryl Farrell has gone to prison for. So you can see the most recent was the 9th of May, where Avion Solar sent him to prison for report 5663. We'll discuss how you found out what that report is about later on in this video. We close that. Next option is Reports. Press on that, we'll search instant reports for anyone involving Darryl Farrell. And the final option here is New Report. If you click on this, it will create a new instant report with the name Darryl Farrell as the suspect. Below this, you have the name Darryl Farrell, as well as any notes about this individual. Then have markers. Markers are important as they give a snapshot of important information that an officer might need to know, such as if he assaults police, is known to be violent or carry weapons or firearms. If you wish to add or remove a marker from an individual, you can press the Add Edit Marker button, and then either select them to green to add it, or red to remove it. Below markers are any unpaid tickets. If the date on the unpaid ticket is orange, that means the individual still is within the 14 days since it was issued, so still has time to come to a police station and pay it. If the tickets are red, then that means they're overdue, and you could consider arresting the individual for not paying the tickets. You then have an individual's occupation, a list of their licenses, their age, and finally another list of their convictions. We're now going to move on to look at the search vehicle function. So you can select search vehicle from the navigation bar and you'll be presented with this screen. You can search for either a full plate or a partial plate of any vehicle. In this situation, we're going to search for the plate Alpha Echo 04 Kilo Charlie Papa. You see the right panel displays the registration, and click on that will open the PNC record for that vehicle. We can see it's owned by Darryl Farrell. The model is a Chevy Camaro with metallic white and matte white. We don't know the location, and it is not marked as stolen. If a civilian approaches you and informs you that their vehicle has been stolen, you can press this button and it will flag it as stolen, so that anytime it passes an ANPR camera, the police will get a dispatch saying that this is a stolen vehicle. It means it's not stolen, however, I am going to unmark it as stolen at this time. Next, we're going to discuss how to search an incident report. So if you click on the Search Incident Report button, you're presented by this screen. You can search for the name of an individual or the report ID. In this instance, we're going to search report 5663. You see the search results once again pop up in the right panel. In this case, it's protection from harassment with the suspect being Farrell. Press on it, the left panel will show a summary of the report, the date it was made, the name of the suspect, report ID and the title, as well as the charges and the maximum sentences. It also shows the officer who submitted the report, as well as if the offender has been convicted of the offence. If you need more details about a report, you can click the View Report button, and it will then include the details section, which shows the officers involved, a description of what's happened, any evidence, and the sentence the suspect received. It's also this section where you go if you wish to edit the report, should you wish to do so at a later date. We're not going to do that now, so we're going to go back to reports. When you're viewing an incident report, you have the option to copy a report, which can be useful if you've got multiple suspects for the same incident. Create a new warrant, which can be used to create an arrest warrant based on this report, or create a new report. Let's now look at how you create a new report by selecting the Create Incident Report option from the navigation bar. You see you're presented with this screen. In the right panel, the first thing you need to do is you need to search for an offender. So I'm going to create a report about myself. So I'm going to search for my surname, Solar. You can see Avian Solar appears there at the bottom. If I click on that, it moves over to the left panel under name, and the right panel is replaced with a list of charges. Let us say Avian Solar had just killed 2 people and was driving dangerously. What I would do is I would select dangerous driving, as it's just there, and I could either scroll through to find murder, or I could use the filter charges and search for murder. Now, although it was 2 times murder, you only ever had one of the same charge. So I would add 1 times dangerous driving and 1 times murder. We do not add double charges. This is called charge stacking, and it's just something we do not do. And you can see now those charges have been moved over to the left hand side, and the maximum fine, prison sentence and points have been calculated automatically. We then need to create a report title. For this, I generally use the most serious offence an individual has committed, followed by their surname. So in this situation, it will be murder, and the surname is Solar. You then need to fill out the details section. There is a very specific way this needs to be done, and I will include a copy of the template in the description below. You start by putting in all capitals the title officers. Underneath that, you list in rank order all the officers that were involved in the incident. So let's say it was myself, PC Avian Solar, and Probationary Police Constable Joshua Peach. So PPC Joshua Peach. If there was a sergeant involved, they would go above me in the list, and any other probationary constables would go below me. Next, you add a blank space and you add the title Report. In the report section, you write a third-person account of what happened in as much detail as possible. The reason you do this is you need to make sure that anyone who reads the report, such as a judge, solicitor or other officer, can read it and understand exactly what's happened and exactly why you believe the suspect is involved in the incident. Once you've written out the report, you'd add another empty space and add the title Evidence. Here you would include links to any evidence you have, such as screenshots or body-worn video. Finally, you'd add the report title Sentence. This is the sentence you've given an individual. Like I said, the maximum sentences were automatically generated when you add the charges. You do not have to give someone the maximum sentence, so you'd write in here exactly what sentence you gave them. Once you've finished filling out the details page, you'd scroll down and press the Submit Report option, and this would put the report on the police national computer and generate a report ID. Next section we're going to look at is arrest warrants. So you can select arrest warrants from the navigation bar, and you'll be presented with a list of current warrants out for individuals. If you wish to find a specific warrant, you can either filter the warrants by someone's name, or you can just scroll down and find the warrants from the list. For this example, we're going to be looking at the warrant out for Fred S. Doon. So if you click on that, you're presented with details about the warrant. You can see the name of the suspect, the report that's linked to this warrant, and the charges. If you have arrested someone who's wanted on warrant, you need more information than this. So what you do, you press on the report button and it put in a search incident report for that report. And there you could view the details report and find out what had happened. If you do sentence someone who was arrested on warrant, make sure you always scroll to the bottom and mark it as actioned. This will remove the report and the warrant from the system. Final thing we need to cover about the police national computer is the ticket system. To issue a ticket or a fixed penalty notice, you need to select the tickets option from the top right hand corner of the navigation bar. Selecting that will open this pop-out box. In here you type the session ID, the amount you're fining an individual, and the reason. For the reason, you can either type in the crime they've committed, such as Section 3 of the Road Traffic Act, careless driving, or you can put in the report ID if the fine's linked to a report. You then press the Submit Fine option and they'll be presented with three options. Pay Now means they will pay the fine on the spot. Pay Later gives the individual up to 14 days to pay the fine. Or option 3 is to decline it. If they decline to pay the fine, you can consider arresting them for not paying the fine. And that's it about the police national computer. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you found it useful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop me a message or comment down below. If you enjoy my content, do consider checking out my channel and having a look at some of the other things I've come out with. And as always, I wish you all a very good day.